All right, let's take a look at North Ranger, a cute graphic novel that I'm so excited to talk to you about. This is part of the Whippoorwill Award title category. It was an honor book in 2024. The title is North Ranger, and it is by Ray Tercerio and Bree Indigo. It was published in 2023, and it is a graphic novel that I read on the Hoopla app. Instead of a quote, I've decided to include a panel from the story. And if you read the second to last panel, you see the main character's stepfather making a comment about people on the television, and you see how that affects him. And little does the stepfather know that Cade identifies with the people he's making fun of. And I'll give you a second to read over that for yourself. So I chose this panel because it represents how you can be afraid to be yourself around your own family, and that discomfort and that just loss of security that you see Cade experiencing in those last two panels. Cade is the main character. He's a high schooler, a closeted teen, and he likes horror movies, especially old horror movies. He goes to work on a ranch with his stepfather during the summer, and there he meets Henry, the ranch owner's son, who he falls for, and Henry falls back, so they both develop a secret relationship. There are a ton of secrets around this ranch, and some major miscommunications and suspicions throws everything off, and you have to see if things get back together and if things end up right, because for a minute you're not real sure. So I like how everything works out once the main characters communicated. Again, kind of that miscommunication trope, which is kind of silly, but there is a holdup to a lot of that communication. The main characters feel like they can't be honest with themselves or others, but again, if you just communicate, things work out. This book reminded me of the movie Brokeback Mountain, because it is because they're both Western or rustic love stories. I see elements of the world in this book from the fear that comes with being a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. There's a lot of fear in this book. There's a lot of disappointment. The fear that being who you are isn't right. And unfortunately, that exists in the world. It can exist in the world and in books. You can deal with small little quips about who you are, or big threats, or violence. I was honestly expecting something really violent to happen to these two characters during the book, because it's in a rural part of the country, and it's in a rural part of the United States, and I don't know, I was expecting something really negative to happen to the two, but fortunately no one is seriously hurt, which relieved me. My favorite part in the book was when Cade and Henry get together. It is so cute. I freaked out. I was so excited. I had to put the book down and kind of scream for a minute. It's just adorable. It's this adorable romance, and it's sweet and happy. There are some negative and scary aspects, but it's just a cute love story. This will definitely appeal to teens. Obviously, what I just gushed about, the love story. They'll be probably interested to read about ranch life and how people work in places like that. I know reading this book, I want to work on a ranch because I prefer to work outside and with my hands than on a computer screen all day. Teens will also like following the brewing mystery. You know there's something up, but you truly don't know what's going on until the very end, and it's nothing what you expect. So I think they'll be interested in following along with that. You can do several library programs with this book. One is you can make a romance or love story display and include this book. Mix it up with all kinds of love stories. You could also put this on display with books about rural life, about working on a ranch and what all that entails. If students read this book and they want to learn more about what living in a rural place means or what it involves, you can put all those kind of books together. And that is my quick review for North Ranger by Ray Terracero and Bree Indigo.